Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu salam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. All of deviation and evil, it occurs due to two traits that Allah Azza wa Jalla tells us about in the Quran. Allah Azza wa Jalla, He tells us that these two traits, if we do not remove them, if we do not fight against them, if we do not strive to get them out of our lives, then we will act in accordance to these traits and we will cause corruption and evil and deviation. What are these two traits? Transgression and ignorance. And that's why Allah Azza wa Jalla, He says in the Quran, إِنَّا عَرَضْنَا الْأَمَانَةَ عَلَى السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَالْجِبَالِ فأبين أن يحملنها وأشفقن منها وحملها الإنسان إنه كان ظلوما جهولا. Allah says, verily man, ظلوما is transgressive, jahulan, extremely ignorant. Ibn Taymiyyah alayhi rahmatullah says that man is created with these two traits, with transgression and ignorance. And these two traits, He removes them with the two opposite traits, which is knowledge and iman. And that's why Allah Azza wa Jalla says, يَرْفَعِ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنكُمْ وَالَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْعِلْمَ دَرَجَاتٍ. Those who believe amongst you, Allah Azza wa Jalla will raise them. And those who have knowledge amongst you, Allah Azza wa Jalla will elevate them. Allah mentioned iman because it's the opposite of dhulm, that transgression, it gets rid of it. And Allah mentioned knowledge because it gets rid of that extreme ignorance. And that's why Allah Azza wa Jalla, He says, وَقَالَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْعِلْمَ وَالْإِيمَانَ لَقَدْ لَبِثْتُمْ فِي كِتَابِ اللَّهِ إِلَى يَوْمِ الْبَعْثِ. Those who possess knowledge and iman, Allah Azza wa Jalla says, they said that you have lived until the day of resurrection. Allah mentioned these two traits, indicating to us that that's what we need to work on. We need to increase our faith, our righteous deeds. We need to be those who are more connected to Allah Azza wa Jal, so that we get rid of our transgressive nature that we have. And also that knowledge, we have knowledge of Allah and the religion of Allah Azza wa Jal and the Prophet of Allah Azza wa Jal. And that we are those who increase that knowledge so that we become more spiritual and that we have khashiyah. And that's why the ulama, they say, how do you truly measure if you benefited from the knowledge that you've attained? It's not about how much information you have. It's not about how much you've accumulated or you memorized. It's about how much has this increased me in faith and fear and God consciousness. If that is the case, then you have benefited and you've achieved what's required to get rid of this trait, which is transgressiveness, and also being one who is extremely ignorant. May Allah Ta'ala save us from these traits.